What's up, Beast? This is Shane from Rocket Powered Sound. Light the incense, because right now we're going to be jumping into phase plant. Okay, we're going on a spiritual journey here, where we're really just going to be taking a look at this synthesizer, seeing what's good, you know, is it worth it? Is it worth the cash? You know, so by the end of this video, you're gonna be getting my honest review of the phase plant synthesizer, because apparently this thing's supposed to be like the craziest thing for dubstep, hybrid-y sounds, Riddim stuff. So without further ado, let's take a look. Okay, so jumping right in here, this itself is the synthesizer. This is what you're looking at right now. This is phase plant. It's super cool because we have a bunch of different stuff we could do. We basically add in unlimited like oscillators and stuff into the sound. I'm gonna get into that in just a sec. But yeah, I've only spent a few hours in the synth, honestly, just playing around with some different stuff. I'll show you some of my presets that I made. They're nothing too crazy. They're just some basic sounds. Like I said, just a few hours in the synth. Okay, then we got like this lead that I make. I really actually like this plucky sound. Okay, then we go to more of a dubstep-y type sound. All right, and then just some basic sounds. Now, anyway, when it comes to actually designing sounds here, the workflow is super, super cool. It's simple, yet complex, right? When you look at the synth. There's not all these crazy stuff, all these knobs everywhere, right? Yeah, sure, there's some knobs here and there, but like, it's not this crazy stuff. You know, it's pretty pleasant on the eyes. Now, anyway, when we go ahead and start actually adding in oscillators and like sound generators, it's into this generator section. Okay, we got three different areas. We got the generators, and then we have the effects, and we have the modulators. Okay, so yeah, the generators is where we're actually making like the sound, some kind of sound that's going to be outputted, and then we have the effects, and then we have the modulators to, you know, mess around with all these different parameters. So for example, into our generators, we have the wavetables, okay? We have a sampler, we have a sampler, and then we have a noise, and we have an analog oscillator, okay? So like for example, turn on the analog, and we have our basic waveforms, a saw, this square, sine, or I'm sorry, triangle, and then sine. And you know, you guys are probably saying, Shane, but that's not anything too crazy. All right, yo, listen guys, I can't take it anymore. We gotta turn on the wavetable, all right? The wavetable editor here, or not editor, whatever the fuck you wanna call it, the oscillator, gets so awesome. Listen, we open up the folder, and look, we have a section for growls. We have a section for screams. Like, they really did a good job with the wavetables, okay? I'll tell you right now, they know their target audience. The kind of people that are making sounds with the synth are more like that dubstep hybrid, you know, trap, rhythm type crowd here. You know what I mean? And we could load up, for example, like a sound like that. And this is the output rack right here. So anything that's stacked up before it will be outputted there. So for example, we can take this analog module here and just kind of drop it under. And now it's not outputted there. But what we can do is we could take this little green shit and we could literally modulate this waveform onto other parameters. So for example, we could put it onto the phase. Okay. Oh shit, sorry. Perfect. Turn up the harmonic up too. Okay, pretty dang cool. And it gets even cooler, folks. We can create a new group. So this is what I really like about the synth. We can basically create unlimited oscillators, okay? So we could grab in another, for example, wavetable, and then we could put on an output on that. And now let's just grab like a saw. And guys, this is what I mean. I don't know how many times you could do this, but probably a lot. So that's one thing where it just is so powerful, because we have basically an unlimited access to different sound generators. Very powerful, which means that we could get really intricate with the sounds. And you know, same thing happens when we get into the modulators. So yeah, of course we have our basic settings here like envelope, LFO, you know, the randomizer, and we have MIDI settings, you know, pressure, different note position, whatever. Okay, so anyway, you guys understand all this stuff. We go ahead and we take an LFO, for example, low frequency oscillator, and we'll stick it onto, let's actually put it onto the frame here of the wavetable, also known as the wavetable position. And we could adjust this LFO shape. And since it's going right now, it's on bipolar, so we're gonna change this to unipolar, so that way it's not going from negative to positive, it's just going from wherever we have the knob like at, which is 0, and then it goes all the way up. So. This sounds pretty shitty. Like I say, guys, I'm not really trying to make a sound here. I'm just playing around. And then we can modulate the gain of this output, right? Whoa, we're getting crazy. And then we could turn down that level and create like some FM. Whoa, insane. So that's it with the saw. Anyway, guys, so you can start seeing kind of like the workflow of how things get pretty crazy here. And I haven't even touched the effects. Now the effects is when stuff really gets amazing. So we go into the effects and we have like literally 3 different lanes. Okay, so if one lane isn't good enough for you, you have 3 different lanes. So you can literally post-process a sound within this synth using the built-in effects. So I'll be honest with you guys, the effects to this, they're not all included with the synthesizer. And I recommend, like honestly, if you have some cash to spend, I recommend you get all of the effects just because they're really good. And you can use these effects that come with Phase Plant outside of Phase Plant. Like that's really what I've been using them for too. Like I love using Serum and then putting on these effects afterwards. Like it's really, really powerful for that. Now anyway, let's jump back into like the Phase Plant synth itself. So of course we have our basic effects here, you know, like EQ, filtering and whatnot, distortion, reverb, delay, but we have so many other things. I don't even know what to cover. Like, yo, I want you to pause the screen right now. I'm like literally pause the video and just look at the effects, okay? Because like seriously, I'm not gonna go through every single effect for the sake of this video. You guys should have an understanding of some of this stuff if you watch my videos. Also, if you don't watch my videos, subscribe right now, because I'm gonna make some sound design tutorials on Phase Plant too. But if you haven't already for Serum, dude, do it now for your own sake. Anyway, moving forward here. Yeah, I'll quickly brush through. So we got the bit crusher, right? Making things sound like, you know, 8-bit from like a video game or some shit. And then we have like chorus. Okay, you understand that. Really just not anything too crazy. Comb filter. I'll just pick out my favorite. So the comb filter is a lot of fun, right? Put on this baby on. Dubstepify it, or metallicify it. And then I love the fatuator. Okay. And let's see, dynamics, okay, whatever. Filtering, now we got the basic filters, low pass, okay. We got a band pass, high pass, notch filter, gained, and we have a peak filter, and then a high gain here, okay. Now anyway, for an example, we could put this on, right? Let's modulate this up. And let's change that filter slope a little bit. And we're also going to just move that in front of the fatuator. Okay, now another one of my favorite effects here that we got here, frequency shifter is cool for sure, but again, you'll find that in like Serum, for example. Now, what's cool? I love the Multipass, as I was saying. Yo, the Multipass is insane because you could stack in more effects here, but you can like filter them to different frequencies. So really, really sick. Now, for example, we have all of these pre-made presets for this specific effect. Like it's insane. We could put on like OTT basically. And then we have all these cool distortions. Okay, cool. I'm liking it, man. And you know, moving forward from there, we have like phaser, okay? No, resonator. Resonator is super, super cool. So if we go in here, we can add in some more frequencies to the sound, some more harmonics. Guys, you guys are listening to this right now, like, Shane, what are you doing? This is the worst sound I've ever heard. Listen, folks, I understand that. And let's real quick, since we're using a sine, let's put this to a sine, and that way it'll at least sound like decent. To clean it up a little bit, right? Okay. Fatuators. Yeah, Fatuator is kind of making it sound trashier. But yeah, guys, I'm not trying to make a sound here. I'm just kind of showing you a little bit of the workflow so you can get an understanding of the way this works. And yeah, we can process it into lane 2 as well. We have this slice EQ, reverb, right? Oh, tape stop is really cool. Like, that's fun. You know, this is one of those effects that you would apply directly in your DAW, like outside of Faceplant. And then of course we have like envelopes and stuff. Now, another cool one as well is the snap heat. This right here is like, we could just put on more and more effects racks and a bunch of other stuff. I'm sure there's a lot more functionality to it. Yeah, like we could stick LFOs and stuff. Like, there's so much in here. You could go so deep and keep modulating all sorts of more and more parameters, man. It's insane. Like, for example, if we then go ahead and go into Serum, right? And let's just load up like one of my basic presets that I probably just took together. Virtual Riot confirmed. Super simple sound here. And then we could go ahead and go into the kilohertz and actually we'll put on Multipass just because I love it. And let's just load up, for example, I love the dynamics presets that they have here. Then we could go into distortions. No, okay, not that. See, that sounds pretty good. Frogged up. Just really powerful stuff, man. Like, this stuff is really the real deal. Or this synthesizer, like Kilohertz, did such a good job with this. Kilohertz, I mean. I'm sorry, Kilohertz. Now, anyway, guys, of course we have the settings like glide and whatnot. We can apply glide onto the sound. You know, turn this down to like a. Yeah, of course this isn't the best demonstration of like a cool sound you can make, but I'll make some tutorials on Faceplant. Like, it's just a lot of fun, man. So anyways, if this all sounds good to you and you like the synthesizer, you kind of like the way that it flows and everything, you go ahead and click the link in the description down below. I've provided you links to go ahead and get this. Like I said, if you have some extra cash, I do highly recommend getting all of these effects because they are extra, but I highly recommend getting all of these effects included, right? Because they're just really powerful. They're really well made, and Kilohertz did an amazing job with this. Now, that's my take on it. And additionally, I do need to mention for YouTube's sake that the links in the description down below are affiliate links. Like, I probably get, I think I have like 10 or 20% commission off the links. So listen, guys, that's like full disclosure. If you go ahead and you click the link in the description down below, yeah, it helps support the channel and whatnot. You don't have to, okay? If you're like, fuck you, Shane, I don't want your damn links. I want to go buy it from my own site and not give you commission. Go ahead and do that. It really does not change my life at all. But that being said, guys, this is a synthesizer. I think it's an amazing synth. That's my recommendation. And I think it's an amazing synth. I think they did an amazing job. I don't know what else they could do to make this that much different. Actually, I do. One thing would just mean if we go to the phaser and if we could just put the rate down to 0. That's all I ask, folks. Anyway, but that's it. Super highly recommend this amazing synthesizer. Shout out Kilohertz for putting this thing together. It's amazing. I know a lot of dubstep guys are using this. And I guess that's what I'll leave you with. You know, if you have any questions about it, just drop them in the comments below, and yeah, maybe I'll answer them. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say, guys. Shane from Racket Powered Sound here. This was fun to make, but peace out. I love you all.